Well, hey there, buddy. Do you want to make your weapons buff, tough, and have the life-altering side effects? Well, I have poured over all the engineering for the last... months. And now I have a concussion. You run out of video ideas yet? So, where was I? Oh yes, there are some good, some bad, some useful, and some borderline pointless upgrades, or rather downgrades, that could be had, all by just grinding the game. Mind you, I plan on doing this for everything in engineering, so subscribe and hit the bell thingamajig for the upcoming parts in the series. Oh, but before that, this video is brought to you by my Patreon. Like, actually, literally, I did a questionnaire there a little while back, and vast majority wanted this series to be a thing. So, if you too want to join the bunch, check the link down in the description. So then the waste of materials tier of the upgrades and experimentals will be today's piecemeal. A dank, dribbly, festering meal of complete and utter abortion juice. Well, most of them, yes, can be used and can be useful. But the point is, they are waste of materials because anything else is way better than that. And it would take a complete fool to say, no, I do not want this better upgrade, give me that basic slop and I'll consume. Even defend it like a fanboy because yesterday's lobotomy was a success. Anyways, the weapon upgrade here is only one, and as a surprise, the rest are experimentals. So then, the short range. This upgrade is available on about half of the weapons in the game, and if you choose this ever, I just ask, why? Really, why? Did you waste your materials and didn't go with, oh, say, overcharged? Oh, you get like 5% less damage? Well, what's the point if you can't hit shit? Only ships that can utilize the short-range upgraded weapons are fast ships, and frankly, for those, if you can catch your target, you have way better choice for weapons and tools anyhow, so don't pick this crap. And now that that's settled, let's move on to the massive list of experimentals that you should avoid like a dumpster fire caused wildfire in Australia. Flow control. Yes, it's a positive upgrade, but instead of having something special, you're telling me that your weapons require too much power and you're too stupid to upgrade your power plant? Okay, stripped down. So less weight is a relatively solid idea, only ever used for max jump range ships though, but not on weapons! Thermal shock. Oh, the days of heat meta when this was so fun to use. Though, these days you'll raise your opponent's heat to about 95% and no more. This literally was nerf hammered into the ground, so avoid! And missing munitions. This one increases the target's signature. Okay, so Mini likes this one. So pray tell, why does the self-proclaimed madman engineering PvP guru likes this one? Well, he flies a slow-ass ship that requires a leg up, thus attempting to compensate for a bad ship choice to begin with.
Well, my favorite thing about a munitions is that, well, when you shoot someone with it and they try to pop a heatsink and go cold so you can't see him anymore, they can't hide. Another thing it really does that's really nice is actually to boost the gimbal tracking rate on your guns. So if your gimbal scrubbed like I am, you can shoot them easier. It's great.
Smart rounds. Okay, so this one's for compulsive spammers who can't aim right and get bounties left and right due to the sheer lack of control of the noodles growing out of their shoulders called arms. That, or you're building a station gang ship or something. Thermal Cascade. The same as Thermal Shock, but instead of striking the hull that increases the heat, this one's for the shields. So press F for heat meta again. Drag Munitions. Well, with this one you're telling everyone that you bought the slowest piece of scrap garbage you could find and you need a crutch for how shit the build is. Seriously, decreasing the target speed sounds interesting, but even in theory, the word crutch comes up. Overload Munitions. For missiles and mines, morphing some of the damage into the thermal type. Okay, why? Why the fuck would you do that? Why? Dazzle Shell. This makes sensors less acute? What? Okay, well, the point is, it's just a poor man's attempt at making a target lock breaker. Worthless. Plasma Slug. Okay, in theory, this experimental is made for a weapon that requires ammo more than anything to function. Then, yes, making your ammo source also the fuel of the ship could be a good idea. But none of the weapons that has this experimental available really needs this. Lest you want to make some sort of a self-sufficient never to return to the civilization ship. In that case, I would honestly have to question your sanity there, buddy. Inertial Impact. Oh my god, the jitter! This is fucking unusable! High Yield Shell. You know what? I'll let Mini explain this one.
I'm going to make this short and sweet for high yield shell. They give a 10% decrease rate of fire, 35% combined damage nerf, and they're supposed to do 25% extra armor piercing damage, which they don't, and they have splash damage, so you shoot something, you do less damage than you normally would, and you might hit something else. Basically, don't. Don't even. High yield shield is terrible. You'd be better off shooting someone with a Class 1 multi-cannon than a Class 4 cannon.
FSD Interrupt, a crutch for gankers who don't know how to kill fast. Penetrator munitions, only available for dumbfire missiles. Now tell me, how many of you fuckers actually use the dumbfire missiles? And how much more penetration do you need? Mass lock munitions, only available for torps, and again, a crutch. Also, there are the Grom Missiles, which you can also engineer on top, if you need to feel special. Penetrator payload, only available for torps again, yet this one makes less sense than on missiles. So the simple fact is, torpedoes have the highest armor piercing value of all. Now tell me, is all the penetration in the world not enough? The fuck are you trying to impregnate? A concrete wall? Radiant Cannister, a mine version of heat meta but with a little bonus. Still useless. Shift lock Cannister, mine version of FSD fuckery. At this point, do I even need to say anything else? It's shit! And there you have it, very bad choices you can make in life, so that those that are done grinding, stroking and caressing RNGs for materials like a small town slot, now know what to pick. But on serious note, this is the must avoid list, so hopefully I have informed the populace of the horrible things in life. On the more current note though, these all need a rework or a slight tuning to make them interesting or at the very least, not obsolete. But what about you? Your thoughts? Do you ever use any of those? And how's that crutch working out for you? I bet not so well. On the bright note, there's only way up from here on out, so the next up is the average list of upgrades that are, well, average. What more is there to be said? Except if you liked the video, then share it around and all that good stuff, like check out the merch store and whatnot else. Links for all of that down in the description.